While shootings have gone down above ground in New York City, they've actually increased underground in the city's transit system. There have been more subway shooting victims so far this year compared to all of last year. Most of those victims were innocent bystanders involved in a subway platform shooting in the Bronx last month. Plus, more gun arrests have been made in the subway. There have been 17 arrests so far this year, compared to 8 during all of 2023. The mayor sent out a tweet last week stating transit crime is down by 15%. That's true if you compare the month of February 2024 to the same month in 2023. But year to date, crime is actually up 13% compared to last year. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It has been disturbing to see the subway crime go up, said Chris Herman, a professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice who studies crime. The big red flag for the NYPD is we've surpassed the number of shootings in the subway system for all of 2023, and here we are, it's only the beginning of March. The 7 on Your Side Investigates team created a map that shows the locations of subway crime in the city. The areas in dark red show the spots with the most transit crimes. The crimes that have increased the most aren't violent crimes, they're crimes like fare evading, narcotics, and other misdemeanors. Millions of riders rode the subway yesterday, said NYPD Deputy Commissioner Kaz Daughtry. The Subway Bureau, Transit Bureau took 6 crimes, including the shooting, 6 out of millions and millions of people that boarded our subway system yesterday. Crime analyst says the chances of being a victim of a crime on the subway remain low. It shouldn't really change the way people think, but again, it should raise a red flag for obviously the police who are in charge of the subway and the MTA, and should be something we are more aware of, said Herman. The subway crime that Jimmy Sumampau had been hearing about in recent years, as well as his own experience, had already led him to make plans to leave New York City. Then, on Friday, he saw a video online of the shooting on a train this week. "I'm scared," said Mr. Sumampau, 46, after seeing the video. Mr. Sumampau lives in Elmhurst, Queens, but plans to board an Amtrak train on Monday for Florida, where he has a new job and an apartment lined up. "I feel I should move out for a while and see if New York takes action and gets better," he said. For Elise Anderson, however, the shooting did not raise her level of concern. "I wouldn't say I'm any more scared," Ms. Anderson, a 27-year-old Brooklyn resident, said as she waited at the Port Authority bus terminal subway station on Friday for a No. 7 train. "I think we're in one of the safest cities in the world." In interviews across the city this week, New Yorkers wrestled with a question that cut to the core of the city's identity: is the subway system safe? Subway crime data in recent years shows a muddled picture, and just as they have in surveys of riders and polls of residents, New Yorkers' opinions diverge. But barely more than a week after Gov. Kathy Hochul sent the National Guard and state police into the subway to increase security and help ease New Yorkers' fears, the shooting seemed to underscore the limits of law enforcement's ability to improve safety underground. The shooting took place seconds after the train arrived at the Hoyt-Schermerhorn station, where the police department maintains an outpost, Transit District 30, that is regularly staffed by officers. Moments before the shooting, 2 additional officers entered the station to inspect the platforms and train cars, Kaz Daughtry, the police department's deputy commissioner of operations, said at a news conference on Friday. If protections like those, plus the 1,000 National Guard soldiers and other law enforcement personnel promised by Governor Hochul, are not enough to prevent one of the subway's most gruesome confrontations in recent memory, what is? They could send the army into the subway. I think it's still going to get worse. Antonio Balaguacha, 56, said Friday as he waited on a subway platform in Sunnyside, Queens for a Manhattan-bound 7 train. Efforts by city and state officials in recent days to improve safety have drawn a wide range of opinions from New Yorkers who rely on the subway. Some riders felt comforted by the presence of the Guard soldiers. "I haven't seen the National Guard yet, but I don't think I would feel safer in their presence," Patrick Bovey, 27, said on Friday as he waited for a G train in Brooklyn. "I feel better seeing them here," Anna Puello, a 47-year-old resident of Upper Manhattan, said on Friday. Recent surveys by the Metropolitan Transportation Authority show that a significant percentage of riders, though not a majority, do not feel safe on the subway, with many citing erratic behavior by other passengers among their top concerns. The data on subway crime paints a more nuanced picture. Annual figures from recent years show that major crime on the subway decreased slightly in 2023 compared with the year before, even as ridership rose. While the total number of major crimes was similar in 2023 to the years before the pandemic, the system has still regained only about 70% of its average daily ridership, suggesting the per-ride crime rate is higher today than it once was. And some categories of crime that cause New Yorkers particular alarm, such as felony assault, have risen far above pre-pandemic levels. In 2024, overall crime in the subway is up 13.2% through March 10th, compared with the same period in 2023, but down 6.6% from the same period in 2022. Officials have stressed that the chances of any rider becoming the victim of a crime are statistically remote. The 570 felony assaults recorded last year, the highest number in decades, came over the course of more than 1 billion rides. But in a recent television interview, MS Hochul explained that data does little to assuage people's fears. I can show you all the statistics in the world and say you should feel safe because the numbers are better, but you're the mom on the subway with your baby in a stroller, the governor said, adding that it was the public's perception of subway crime, not statistics, that informed her decision to deploy the National Guard. Some riders, however, fear the surge in officers and troops will lead to more racial discrimination. Some believe the discrimination has already started. Joy Richardson, a photo producer at HBO, stood beside a Penn Station subway entrance on Wednesday as police officers searched her bag.